And welcome to the Aaron Katzman Show. I'm your host, Aaron Katzman. We're here to speak to you about your life, your money, and your investments. And as always, we're coming to you from the spiritual and soon-to-be financial capital of the world, Jerusalem, Israel. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to email me at Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, at lighthouse with an L, lighthousecapital.co.il. That's Aaron at lighthousecapital.co.il. You can check me out on the web at www.aaronkatzman.com. You can find me on Twitter. And most exciting, now is the time to start subscribing to the brand new YouTube channels. You can find me on YouTube as well. We're going to do something a little different this time. We're going to get away from sort of the world of investing, a different type of investing. It's my honor to welcome to the show Yakov Gaon, who is the new CEO of MATI, which is the Jerusalem Business Development Center. He's dedicated himself to innovation, international strategic partnerships, and community enhancement for more than 20 years. He's a father of four, and he's looking toward the success of the next generation. He envisions a contemporary, culturally diverse, prosperous Jerusalem and is already disseminating programs to position the city as a hub of thriving entrepreneurship. Again, the financial capital of the world. Do I need to say more? Towards this end, Yakov has held a number of senior management positions in both business development and technology for IBM, Applied Materials, Hewlett-Packard, and other firms. He was a senior vice president for resource development at Ariel University. He's got an MBA from Hebrew University. He's got a good resume, put it this way. Yakov, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me, Alan.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. So tell me a little bit about what is MATI?
All right, so MATI was founded back in 1991 by the Jerusalem famous mayor Teddy Kollek and by the Jerusalem Foundation and by the UJ Federation of New York in the purpose to promote and develop Jerusalem economy by empowering entrepreneurs and business owners.
Okay, and so what exactly do you do? Let's say I have a great idea to start a financial advisory company, right? But I don't know anything about running a business. So I would come to you, and then what would you do?
Right, so basically MATI is focusing on new job and focusing on business people, entrepreneurs and business owners help themselves. So let's say you have a new idea and you have it in a concept. So we're gonna first introduce you to a consultant that's going to first come and evaluate your idea and give you his direction. If it's not a good idea, it's something that's going to be successful. It's going to walk you through the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats that your idea might have in the markets. And you're going to be building together with him a business plan, and you're going to be talking about market strategies, talking about opportunities for scaling, talking about financing, resources, and so on and so forth.
And these mentors who are working with you, these are people who just have sort of textbook smarts, or these people who've actually in the real world successfully run businesses?
So we only speak to people who actually have the right relevant background in being successful business people. We have consultants, tens of consultants that specialize, each one in his own industry. And let's say if you come from the food industry, you're going to have a food consultant. If you're coming from the biotech or whatever you're coming from, you're going to have the specialists that coming and have the right experience to come and walk you through your idea and walk you through the tools and the knowledge that you need to know before you're starting your new business.
That's amazing. Is this all volunteer, or does the entrepreneur actually have to pay something for this service?
So the way MATI operates is that it's being funded by either the municipality or by the government, and a bit will be paid by the entrepreneur and the business. And some of it is going to be also being funded by philanthropy. So it's something that it's a great opportunity for the citizens of Jerusalem and the area to come and take advantage of the most updated tools and techniques to be successful in business.
Wow, that's really cool. Obviously, we're living now in a very trying time, right? Times of Corona, of COVID. And it goes without saying that especially small business owners, if there's any group that's really, really taken it on the chin, it's small business owners. And they've got, no safety net, and they're really up the creek, so to speak. So I assume that you've been really, really busy trying to work with small business owners, but can you talk a little bit about Corona and Mati right now?
Right. So as you mentioned, as you said it correctly, the small businesses are very suffering these days in the COVID era, and it's very challenging for them to make the business the way they used to make the business, because the world has changed. Whatever they used to do, it's not going to be the same thing that you're going to be doing tomorrow. The way they earned money in the past is not going to be the same way they're going to be earning money in the future. That's on their side. On our side, the way we provide our services is different, because we're not allowed to have to socialize, and we're not allowed to have big events. So we also needed on our side to adjust the way we provide our services. If we change it to webinars, to Zoom, the way we communicate now, and to use more digital tools in order to provide our services. And that's exactly our tips and directions that we give to the entrepreneurs and to the small businesses. You need to shift, you need to pivot, you need to change the way you do businesses today. If you used to have a store, you need to have a store online. If you used to engage with people socially, you need to engage online. You need to learn your digital tools and digital techniques in order to get to your new clients. So we in Mati, we provide the ways for you to come and make those changes. It's starting from using WhatsApp in a different way, WhatsApp for businesses, Instagram for businesses, and it's going through moving your stores into the digital. If stores today now needed to do transportations, is something that's haven't been used so much in the past, and now they need to ship things from their store to the clients' homes. All these changes need to be updated and need to be adapted by the businesses, and we in Mati help them to get those tools and help them to learn about how to shift from the way they do business today into the new world of digital.
So basically, this is something I talk about on the show a lot, is that the situation is tough, but try and look for, as an investor, the best investments are, when things are terrible and when prices are down. It takes a little bit of courage, but you go in, right? You want to buy low and then sell high, sort of trying to find the opportunity that is being presented, by this pandemic. So you're working with entrepreneurs, to maneuver their businesses and do the same thing, to try and find these opportunities. Exactly.
And sometimes entrepreneurs come to a point where they realize that what they have done till today, it's not going to be strong enough to continue investing in it. So they come with new idea. Then they're saying, something, I'm going to be reinventing myself, reinventing my business, and I'm going to be going into finding new avenues to make a buck. So we also help them with that. We have them to come and focus about what's the core business of your business, what's the new markets that's open up for you, what's the opportunities that, with all the challenges, what the opportunities that COVID can bring into your business, and who is the new audience, the target audience that you can come and tap now in these challenging times.
That's great. We're speaking with Yakov Gaon, who's the new CEO of Mati, the Jerusalem Business Development Center. This is the Aaron Katzman Show. I'm your host, Aaron Katzman. We speak to you about your money, your life, and your investments. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me at Aaron, AARON, at lighthouse with an L, lighthousecapital.co.il. That's Aaron at lighthousecapital.co.il. You can check me out on the web at www.aaronkatzman.com. That's www.aaronkatzman.com. You can find me on Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel at Aaron Katzman. So Yakov, let's shift a little bit. Let's get a little bit more optimistic. one of the big opportunities that's actually happening because of the corona is we see a surge in interest for Aliyah from North America, from other places as well, but specifically from North America. Do you, and obviously, you know, a new immigrant, a new Oleh to Israel who wants to be an entrepreneur, you know, it's hard enough coming here, but to open your own business in a foreign country is very, very difficult. I'm speaking firsthand, it's not simple. What kind of services do you offer for new Olim?
Aaron, you're very right. New Olim have a very specific department within Mati. We are looking forward for the Aliyah coming from North America, coming from Russia, coming from Europe to Israel, and we're preparing ourselves to it. Sometimes the challenges for new Olim are very different than the challenges that we think of. For example, if somebody wants to come from the States to Israel, he would like to know, how does he transfer money from America into Israel? He would like to know his rights from the Israeli government. He would like to know, how does the insurance work in Israel? What's the law about import and exports goods? He would like to know about the different structure of businesses in Israel. What's the policy for investments in Israel? And so on and so forth. So we have all those answers and all those advice to give to the new Olim. And we also come and we investigate in their businesses model, the way it was working in their home country, and the adjustments that need to be done in order to operate the business in Israel or from Israel.
And do you, are you like working with them? Are your mentors English speak? I mean, are they I won't say Americans, are they English speakers who have a command of the language and who also will put them in touch with the right accountants and really, we say in Hebrew, be milaveh, but to accompany the Olim on their you know, entrepreneurship?
That's very important. All our mentors speaks the language of the Olim. So if it's coming from Russia, it's going to be Russian. If it's coming from the States, it's going to be English, and so on and so forth. And that's also part of the experience, knowing the culture you're coming from, knowing your expectation, knowing the way you used to make business back in your home country is something very initial to be successful, and very initial for the mentor to be successful in helping the Oleh in Israel.
Do you find that there are a lot of Olim who are interested in opening up their own business and who are in touch with you?
We have been helping more than 700 Olim just this year.
Wow!
And it's fascinating because they also get a lot of rights, and they get free consultancy from us, being funded by the Israeli government, because the Israeli government would like to encourage Jews to make Aliyah to Israel. So they fund the consultancy that we give. So many of the Olim not always know about the rights that they can get this kind of service by us. And the more we market it, and the more they know, and the more we engage with the government, the more we get to give those good services to the Olim.
That's amazing. Yakov, how can people be in touch with you?
People can be in touch with me either through the Mati website, matia.org.il, or they can email me directly at yakov@mati.org.il. Yakov is YAKOV at Mati, MATIA.org.il. I'd be very happy to help.
Great. Yakov, thanks so much for being on the show. This is really, really interesting. Maybe we can come back in the future and continue to talk about this, because this is a really interesting topic. And a lot of people turn to me and with business ideas, and now we know that there's this organization out there that'll really, really help them. So Yakov, thanks so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. It's the Aaron Katzman Show. I'm your host, Aaron Katzman. We speak to you about your life, your money, and your investments. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to email me at Aaron, AARON, at lighthousecapital.co.il. That's Aaron at lighthousecapital.co.il. You can check me out on the web at www.aaronkatzman.com. That's www.aaronkatzman.com. You can find me on Twitter. And of course, be sure to subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel. We will speak to you soon.